Giannis with his hand says, "Hey, Book, sorry to hear. I also lost a dog a couple years back. Also had a cat go missing. They aren't just pets, they are family." I 100% agree with that. I want your take on 50-50 booking, Finn Balor's booking, I guess, in particular. Yeah, what do you think about when somebody wins one, lose one, wins one, lose one, wins one, lose one?
There again, man, I'm old school, and that might be my problem in a lot of ways. But I'm always thinking about, and just say, for instance, I'm talking about reality wrestling. I'm talking about, wrestling in general, and the way I watched it when I was coming up, and I just think if I was just for instance, I'm gonna go back in time, and I'm watching, Hacksaw Butch Reed, and I saw Butch Reed come out and pretty much work another one of my favorites, the Junkyard Dog. And I saw these guys work. One guy win, one guy win, one guy win, the other guy win. I think I would lose interest in that relatively quickly. When I saw Junkyard Dog and Butch Reed in the ring, it was for a reason. And those guys went out and gave me something. Now they may have been in an angle over the last, angles didn't go, as long on like, local, companies back then, but because guys were working here and they were working there and they were working all over. But on television, the story was these guys was going to meet sooner or later. It was going to be at such and such a big show, and you could not wait to see that happen. But in the meantime, man, these guys were still on the show, and they were beating the hell out of the opponents that they were up against, and it made me want to see somebody beat that guy even more so. So that's the way I try to think about reality of wrestling when I have my talent, and that's just protect all of them. I was talking about Ricochet. Ricochet being another guy who has been in that thing where, he win one here, lose one here, win one there, and I just don't think that is appealing to, a lot of you fans that's watching it that really want to see, like myself. I didn't care. I use this analogy all the time. I didn't care if Jake the Snake was wrestling Joe Schmo. I didn't care. I just want to see that damn short arm DDT and that short arm clothesline and that DDT. Bang, 1, 2, 3. Bring the Snake out. You know what I mean? I didn't care about anything else. But when Jake finally had to wrestle somebody, oh man, then we had like the Humongous. When Jake had to wrestle the Humongous, Jake gonna be able to do it. Jake hit it with that DDT. Bang! Humongous set up like the Undertaker stands up. Boom! Jake hit him again. Bang! DDT. 1, 2. I remember that to this day. I never remember Jake ever wrestling the Humongous ever again.
Yeah, and you hit on something, and I think that the 50-50 booking is a symptom of not having something that we talked about a week or two ago, the enhancement talent. You don't have enhancement talent, then you have to, and you're just going against, top guy, or mid-card guy, or what have you. Then you're thinking, okay, well, I have to protect him because if I beat him too many times, he's worth less or she's worth less. So then I got to have him get his win back. But then now someone's got to win the story. So then you find yourself in this back and forth, win-loss, 50-50 stuff. And it's all from a symptom of not having enough enhancement talent on the weekly programs. Now, I'm not saying that you bring out, the Humongous or Joe Blow to wrestle Roman Reigns at the next pay-per-view. But for Roman to come out on SmackDown, have a 5-minute match, with Homeboy, beat him up or whatever, he's not having to go over on Xavier Woods, who was just crowned king. You know what I mean?
Or just say, for instance, just like Muhammad Ali, he used to go and fight the world champion in every part of the world, because every part of the world, they got their world champion.
Right.
Okay. May not be our world champion, but it's their world champion. Muhammad Ali made himself famous going around the world whooping all those guys' asses. You know what I mean? The thing is, they were world champions, but they were nowhere near the caliber of fighter that Muhammad Ali was, or most fighters in the United States in general. But they were still world champions that I could say, hey, this guy is from such and such, such and such, from such and such, and now he's going against my guy tonight. That right there is a buildup in itself. We don't even have to use our guys to actually be those guys and still be able to create something, is what I'm saying. So I think to be able to take a step back in that aspect, to be able to really take a step forward, because one thing about the business and one thing about the shows, this thing is not finna change. This 52-week thing out of the year.
It's not a fad.
I was wondering why I was going there for a second. It ain't changing. So we got to figure out how to, for me, I know we got to take a break. I always talk to my boys and my girls as far as every minute, I need you to stretch a minute and 45 out of it. Okay. Try to get 2 minutes out of it. So, and I think the same way about wrestling. We got to figure out how to keep this thing going for the next, how long am I going to be alive? Another 25, 30 years. That's how long. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.